Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, because I'm having a great day. Now what I've got for you is the best possible icon team you can assemble. Now as you can see, I've tried to pick the best icons, but of course I've picked the formation that I personally use myself. I think it's best because it has a right mid, a left wing, and it has a cam, a centre, a defensive mid, the two strikers up front. Kind of encompasses all I can, I think, because of course you can use a formation with multiple cams, multiple strikers, multiple anything, or one lone striker with two left wingers, but then also multiple cams. It's way you can do it, but this is what I've tried to do, is because I use this formation in game myself, so it is from the context of mine. So there is a little bias there when I pick this, but of course the strategy is pick the best players for the best positions, get 100 chem. As you can see, it's a 194. It's nowhere near as high as the best one in FIFA, which did include some icons like the Ronaldo, the Peles, the Maradonas. It was about a 197, I do believe. But yeah, I'll go for it, starting with the keeper, and I'll work my way through the main team, then I'll go through the sort of honourable mentions. But of course, you guys could rotate any of these players around for your own personal preferences. When it comes to icons, if you support a certain team, if you're a Barcelona fan, you're going to want to have a Ronaldinho. If you're a Real Madrid fan, you're going to want to have a Ronaldo fan. If you're a Netherlands fan, you're going to want a Johan Cruyff. But this is just subjective. I'm trying to pick the best players for the best positions, and some of these are subjective. And I'll be honest, some of these players I know for a fact there's better versions, better cards in the game that aren't even icons in these positions. But it's just the way it is. I'm afraid we have to pick that. Now, we'll start the goalie. Now, this is the most, in my opinion, I just picked the highest rated goalie. That's why I went with this man, Yashin. We don't want his attributes. Yeah, he's got good goalie stats. He's a 95 rated goalie. He's going to be amazing. He's not got the best physical attributes. 6'2". He's traditional, right foot. 3-star weak foot. He's got the same weak foot as Maradona, as I always like to point out. But 6'2", isn't he great? And traditional save technique, yeah, that's good. But the reason I've picked him is because he's the highest rated. You can go with, who's another icon? Lehman. You can go with, who's the Dutch guy? I can't remember. He played for Man United. I can't remember off the top of my head. You know who I'm talking about. He's Dutch, and he's saying their highest rated goes up to 92, if I believe, or even 91. That's the reason why I didn't pick them. Now, right back, there was really only one choice, and that's Zanetti. Now, he does have a 93 rated CDM, but of course, this is by position. Now, of course, the only issue with his card is that jumping. It's not good enough. You would put on him an anchor. Anchor or a shadow if you want the real full-on boost, but he'd be absolutely fantastic for you. Now, Maldini is probably the best, well, he is the best icon centre-back in the game based on these stats, these physical attributes, these attribute details. When it comes to how fast he can go, how good his defending is, how he's physical, he is the best rate for that. Look at his composure, 97, amazing. Reactions. Balance isn't great, 70. Now, there's issue with balance. Now, when it comes to balance with me, if a player is really tall, then EA is going to give them a low balance to kind of counter that. If a player is already small and has a low balance, that's just pounding on them. And now Maldini doesn't really have. He's 6'1", if I remember, 6'1". He has 4-star weak foot, medium high. I love it. Better if he was low high as work rates, but we take what we can get. He's a right foot. That's absolutely fine with me. That's the reason why I picked him. He was by far the pick of the bunch. He was the one you have to go for if you're doing an icon squad. The best of the best. Now, second one is subjective. When I go through the substitutes, you can pick this. I went for Desai because you know what? Pace right backs, they are just so OP. And he's medium high, same work rates as our man here. That's why I've kind of picked them, because I think they go well, and the same height as well, which is absolutely fine. 3-star, only Maldini has a better weak foot, he has 4-star. And I think those stats are great. I really do. His physical is actually better, funny enough. And I would even say, is his pace better? No, his pace isn't better, but it's moderate. It's moderate. That's why I decided to go with Desai there. But of course, if you wanted to go for another one, that's completely up to you. But it's really, I'm going for the highest rated as well as who I think will play the best together in the concept of the team. Now we got Roberto Carlos again, the only real option for a left back in icon status. I don't like this. I like it. His physical. Oh, these stats are pinnacle. They're amazing. But with, of course, EA, you have to go, why would they give him these amazing stats? I'll tell you why. It's because he has these physical attributes. Oh my god. Okay, high, I'm not a fan of. Even if you tell him to stay back while attacking, he'll be off in Narnia, man, when you're wanting him to defend. 5'6", he will not win a header. Ever. And he's left foot, which I actually like. When he's left back, left foot is okay. But he has a 2-star weak foot, man. Him and Di Maria, him and Rivaldo can go live on the island of weak foot if they want to live on that. I'm not touching them cards. Now, what we've got is CDM. Now, this is a bit of a heart. I'm a Premier League fan, and I do believe that Vera has a card in game that breaks his own stats. I actually don't think he has the best in-game stats. I'll show you right now. These ones here. He doesn't have. These aren't the best icon CDMs you can get if you're just basing it on this. But it's when you compare these stats, these physical attributes. He's 6'7", he's medium high, and he has 3-star. 3-star is not the best, but 6'4". Oh my god. He will win everything. Now, they've done him dirty with the balance, like 73. But that's doable because he's so tall. Like when you get with Ibra or anything like that, when you say, if you were comparing, there was that recent Podolski card that came out, the flashback. He had about 78 balance. He only had 7 more balance than this Patrick Vieira, who's 6'4" when Podolski's 6 foot. There's an issue there. But this icon's looking good. I'm liking these stats. You would put on him an anchor. I'll put an anchor on him if you're using the CDM. If you're using it as outside cam or left cam or box to box, maybe. I think an engine. Engine's a go-to. But yeah, this card is nice. Now right mid, again, it's the best of the rest when it comes to the right wings. For me, it's Georgie Best. He's got the perfect pace, he's got the perfect dribbling, the perfect shooting, so he would do that. He's got the right stats when it comes to passing, but I would boost it, and he needs boosting his physical because his strength is so low, but his stamina is amazing. That's absolutely fine. And his actual stats here, medium, not very good. 5'9", he's no the tallest icon, as well as 4 foot, 4-star. I like that. That's good with me. Now we've got a bit of an exciting one, Ronaldinho, the skillful Barcelona player. 5'11", he's taller than Georgie Best, which I rate. High-low, I rate. Right foot, which I rate. 4-star, 5-star, perfect. I wish it was 5-star, 5-star, like certain other icons we'll get onto, which are just really pinnacle for me. And this card's proper in-game now. Look at his stats here. Wow. He's got the physical. Literally, the only stats that are bad is the defending, and you don't bother with defending when it comes to wingers. Every other stat's good. You keep this guy on basic, man. Or even boost his passing and physical again. Passing and physical. Just give them the boost they need. And that's absolutely brilliant. That is the best left wing probably in this game currently. But of course, this is before team of the season. And I appreciate, who knows what they're going to reason team of the season. If they do a team of the season Hazard or team of the season Sancho from Dortmund, I reckon he'll be pretty good. Now let's have a look. There's the man himself, Pele. Now again, I've chosen him just for rating, and I think even with these face card stats, and remember this is an icon team, I admit I would rather pick that team of the year De Bruyne over this card. Because I think that has a better weak foot and it has better actual stats. And he's taller, and he does have a better weak foot because De Bruyne is 5-star and this card is 4-star if I remember correctly. But it is good. The only issue I have with this card, and it's nothing to do with this is immaculate. Perfect. There's a reason he's 99 rated. High medium. Better if it was high. Actually, better if it was high for a cam, really, for me. But high medium is very doable. 4-star weak foot. Wish it was 5, but 4-star is very doable. 5-star skill moves, perfect. And you can do everything under the sun. That's what you want from him. 5'8". 5'8". He's small. And I've got Michael Owen, who's also 5'8", and he feels small. But then, of course, Michael Owen does not have those physical attributes, which give him 80 strength. And he doesn't have that balance, which is 94. Perfect. To get a perfect card, in my opinion, how it feels in game, so it doesn't feel like a truck, it doesn't feel like it's slow, it doesn't feel like it's unresponsive. It needs to have agility, balance, and reactions need to be the same level as the pace, in terms of what the pace equals. So if 96, look at that, 95, 94, 90, when it comes to the agility, 95, 94, 98, all within that 96, and that's why he feels so good in game. But he's 5'8". That's his only drawdown. That's what, again, we're talking about the best of the best here. Now, let's look into Ronaldo. Yeah, he's really good. Don't need to touch that pace. Really, you don't need to touch that shooting unless you really just want to max it out properly. It's already kind of maxed out. Passing, you could do with work, but then he's a striker. You don't use him as a passing guy, but you can still pass if he wants to pass. Dribbling, it's maxed out. Pretty much everything's above 90. That's really good. Physical passing. That's the rule you hear. Just keep physical passing just to make him absolutely brilliant. Now, 5-star, 5-star. Hallelujah. 6 foot. It's doable. But nice if he was 6'2" or 6'1" or whatever. But he's 6 foot, which is perfectly fine. And look at him. He's a 6 foot player. Like that Podolski. What's his balance? 87. See? That's what we want. That's what we want. And he does, I've used Ronaldo in drafts and stuff, he does feel like a bit of a truck, but that's because his pace is 98. and his balance is talking about 87. And you do feel that difference. It kind of claws it back a bit when you're using him in game, when you're turning him, you're moving him like that. He does it, and he has his own player model in game, which is very OP. Now, medium is his issue. Medium is his bad issue. Better if it was high-low, or even if he's just defensive was low, so he's no. But then he's got he's a good card. You wouldn't sniff it. You wouldn't say you didn't want this card. It's just that if we're nitpicking, medium. But there really isn't a striker that touches this. Okay, there's a couple of cams I could have put in here just for another one, but I've went with the man himself, Johan Cruyff. 5-star, 5-star, high-low, 5'11". That is perfect. That's utter perfect. Be nice if he was 6'2", a bit taller than 5'11". High-low, ideal. 5-star, 5-star, ideal. Free right foot, ideal for me. Perfect. Now his physical attributes is wow. Like wow. Now his physical does need help. The far on the right, that's what you need to boost. And you could do with boosting his passing again. Physical passing, again, you don't. But then you might want to touch his pace. I would say a hawk, because you just pace, shooting, and physical, and you just leave passing as is. Because look at his agility, balance, and reactions are all higher than what his base rate pace is. So he feels absolutely amazing in game. Okay, so that's absolutely fine. That's the main team. But of course, honourable mentions are absolutely here. I don't know why I've put him in here first. We'll go through it along left to right. Honourable mentions are Maradona. No, but just because his face rate cards are so good. But the main issue, Pele defeats him, in my opinion, and I'm sure he does. He defeats him. 5-star, 5-star. That is horrendous. Not 5-star, 5-star. 5 foot 5 inches is horrendously small. That's Gomez's, like Andre Gomez. I've used that card. It gets bullied off everything. It's horrible. High medium. I think it was the same as Pele. That's fine. 3-star weak foot is horrendous. 3-star weak foot. He's playing football with the goalies with those 3-star weak foots. It's not good enough for these end game icons. That's why he's nowhere near this main team. 5-star weak foot, yeah, he's good. Perfect, that's what we want from him. Now, you could argue, because we're talking about the reason why I chose Vera above all these other cards as a CDM, because they have a special body in game, and they have that sort of OP aspect that goes beyond their card, when you're just seeing their player model in game and what they can do. Now, Ruud Gullit, he's that perfect guy. Look at him, 5-star weak foot, and he's 6'3", and he's got a high medium. 4-star skill moves, he can do most things under the sun, but he might struggle with some stuff. Those stats. He's the all-rounder, okay? Now, if I was just saying the perfect icon, out of everybody, if I was saying, it doesn't matter what position they are, what's the number one icon? I'm going to go on a bit of a limb here and say it's this guy. He's so well-rounded. He is absolutely amazingly rounded. You can turn this guy into a striker if you put the certain chem style on him. Turn him into a cam, you can turn him into a CDM, well, a competent CDM, even though I do think with those work rates, I wouldn't use him as a CDM. He's 6'3", he's amazing. He is absolutely amazing. His agility lets him down. That's how some way they might claw in and try and slow it down a bit, but it's absolutely brilliant. But this is the best icon in the game. He just didn't work in this team. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay. Now, Eusebio is an equal one. He's kind of in my opinion, a B-Tech Cruyff in terms of the stats. He's got better physical than Cruyff. He's got better shooting than Cruyff, better pace. But Cruyff is more rounded. His passing is better, and he also, well, he's got 5-star weak foot. He has better skill moves, and high medium. He doesn't have as good as a high low that Cruyff does as work rates, but high medium is very usable. Eusebio was great in that sense, but he's 5'9". No, he's not exactly small in that case, but he's not exactly big either. He's not even competent in terms of 6 foot. That's the issue Eusebio has. Now, we're being very nitpicky because these are icons. Okay, we're talking about the end game icons, so we have to be really picky. That's why they haven't made the team. Now, Patrick, what's his name? Thierry Henry, Premier League's probably best ever striker. Come at me, bro. I'm sure. I'm joking. It's definitely going to be Rondon in a couple of years. I'm joking. This card, I'm going to tell you right away what the issue is with this card. Balance, 70. That's pretty bad. His pace and shooting's ideal. His physical, I would say, even ideal, even though he's not that aggressive. Jamie Vardy would have him for dinner. Nah, I'm joking. This card's alright. This card's good. But let's have a look. Medium. I hate that. 4-star, 4-star. There's better options out there for icons. There's 5-star, 5-star Johan Cruyff. 6'2". That's somebody who's got better than most of these strikers on here. The ones we could pick. Because even Ronaldo was 6 foot, and he had similar work. He had the exact same work sheets at medium. Now 4-star, 4-star is not terrible, but it's not pinnacle. He's not getting the 5-star, 5-star of Ronaldo, or the 5-star of Johan Cruyff. That's why he haven't picked him. But the issue is with his card, balance, man, balance. It's just not there. It's not on the same level as everyone else. Yes, this card is 100% better than beyond 99.9% of the cards in this game. It's not better than that. The tiniest decimal point of a 1%, which includes the Ronaldos, the Johan Cruyffs, and even the Hullets. Now, of course, instead of Desai, the reason I chose over Johan Blanc is that literally it's a pace physical thing. That's the reason why I chose it. Even though LeBlanc beats him in every other way, and you'll see. Yeah, he's got more composure, better defending. He didn't have a good physical. Doesn't have a good passing. He can score penalties. My days, 93 penalties. That's what gets his shooting up. And his pace is the wrong way round. You want sprint speed to be less than acceleration, so when you apply a strong chem style like a Shadow or like a Catalyst or like a Hunter, it gives you that right way round. Now, what makes him really good, medium high, the same as both those defenders, Maldini and Desai. 3-star weak foot, same as Desai, not as good as Maldini. 6'4". That makes him the best centre back if you're just looking for height and winning headers. When you look at his head, they're doing bad though because he's 6'4". They assume he can't jump though. It's giving him 78. There, you can see the balancing techniques. The reason they do it, and look at agility, balance. That's nowhere near as good as the 6'1" guys. Look at that. Well, it's actually better than Maldini. Let's have a look. And better than they've done all these defenders bad by doing agility and balance. Now, of course, instead of Vieira, you could have Mateus. Now, he could have done the job. He's he's an all-rounder like Hullet, but I believe he has the work rates that make him better as a CDM. Now, as a perfect all-rounder, 91 defending, 86 physical, pace is already there really, but it's the wrong split again, so you'd have to give him a small upgrade. Let's see what his work rate is. High, amazing. 4-star, 3-star. He's actually got better than that, but his issue over Patrick Vieira, he doesn't have the daddy long legs body that Vieira has in game, as well as he's 5'9". No, that's not good. Not if it's a CDM. Not as a CDM, man. But his stats are in game. He's almost in Club 90, man. He just needs to get that dribbling up and he'll be in Club 90, man. And that's really good. He's up there as contention in terms of with Hullet, but Hullet does beat him in terms of the all-round who's the best icon. Hullet. Now Socrates is another one. He's very good. His issue, the same as Thierry Henry, the same as most of these cards that I'm picking on in terms of what's knocked them down. Balance. He's 6'64", but then this guy I would say has more of a reason to have low balance because he's actually 6'4". He's in the Vieira club with that, and he's got 5-star weak foot, high medium. You'd have to use him as an attacker with a high medium. Right foot, I like that. But of course, he doesn't compete with the Pelés. He doesn't compete with the Hullets. That's why he doesn't get ahead of them. That's the reason why he's getting pushed back. But I 100% admit this card is amazing, and if he is your club, you like the Doctor, you go for the Doctor. Just be aware of that balance, and you need to boost that some way, somehow. Let's have a look. Now, another centre-back option is Caballero, because as I say, if I'm focused on pace, defending, and physical for that, you can't go into this. The only issue with this is passing isn't there. But the funny enough is agility, balance, and reactions. Now, I haven't actually looked at his physical, his player details yet, or player bio when it tells you his height. But with that agility, with that balance, and with that reactions, I can almost bet everything I want in my whole house that he is shorter than 6 foot. Now, I'm not even, with that, because it's so high, I'm going to say he's 5'9", or 5'8". His career is really small. They wouldn't have given a guy who's 6 foot, even 6'1", those balance agility because he'd be too OP. And look at his jumping. Yeah, this guy's really small. I'm going at a limit here. I'm keeping this in the video, even if I'm wrong. If this guy's 6'2", I'm going to be like, well, I'm wrong here. But they wouldn't have given him that trio of such highs in terms of 85, 82, and 90 in his dribbling stats, unless he was really small. Ha, called it. Boom. They even gave him good work rates. I reckon this guy plays quite nice in game. He's really fluid, he's quick. He's like my Bobby Moore and my Baresi's, the one I have in my team that have those stats. But because he's 5'9", they've compensated by giving them such high details. Then when they have someone like LeBlanc, who's 6'4", they destroy those ones. That can't be a coincidence. Now, a Perez is a card that's probably going to be next to my list in terms of doing, because his actual SBC is really cheap, and his stats are excellent. For a winger, yes, his strength is low. That's the only issue I can point out. And really, when you look at it, his balance and agility are low end. 83 and 82, they're touching the light green colour in terms of they get under 80. Passing is good, you will want to boost it. And pace, you will want to boost it. So pace, shooting, and physical. So then this is another hawk, I would say, for myself. His stats, 6'2", perfect. Medium, not a fan of. 4-star, I'm happy with that. That's bearable, that's doable. But again, it's not touching the Ronaldinhos of the world, is it? Now, because I'm a fan of the Premier League, I just wanted to touch on some of the kind of Premier League legends. Now, I swear Lampard was in this game, but he seems to have disappeared. Now, Scholesy boy, I think they've really done him, well, I'll go for that next. Really done dirty. They've given him really low agility for his physical attributes. Now, he has the right things in terms of the 97 passing. Even though I want to point out, my Bobby Moore has 97 passing and short pass and long pass. His shooting is really nice. His pace is really low. Really low. I wouldn't know where you play it because he can't defend because he's not got the slide tackle, stand tackle. And his dribbling isn't the best in terms of it's 76. I'm talking about the specific stat dribbling in the dribbling category is 76, as well as that agility at 69. That is bad. And I know you've already seen it. He's actually 5'7", so he's this small with that low agility and dribbling. That is worrying. And he's 3-star. That is horrendous. That is utter horrible. That's horrible. And high medium, yes, if you're using him as an attacking player, that's fine. Or if you want to keep him back for whatever reason you want to keep him back, you would use him as a attacking midfielder. Yeah, I don't think they've got those cards right. And this is why you don't see the David Silvas or the Iniestas of this game get used a lot in FIFA, because they aren't meta anymore, and he's like an icon at that level, and he's not good enough. Now Gerrard's another one. Let's have a look. What have they done with his card? Very nice. Balance is rubbish. I take it, is he over 6 foot, Gerrard? Is that why they've given him so low balance? Balance and agility, again, it's the two ones they really struggle on. And he can't jump and he can't head, which you don't want as a midfielder. And let's see how tall he is. His pace is the wrong way around as well. It's low end. Oh, 3-star, man. High medium, and he's only 6 foot. He's only 6 foot and he has that balance. Ugh, that's worrying, man. High medium. But yeah, remember, I'm looking through the tilt, not only of my glasses, but of icon. These cards are all amazing, man. If you had a team full of this, you're rolling in it. It's just I'm comparing them to other icons and why they haven't made the specific starting squad. And these guys are on the reserves. Now, I've also chose Alan Shearer because, you know, I'm a Newcastle fan and I'm biased. But I can, if I'm looking at it from the point of view of analysing these players, high medium, I can live with. 6 foot, I can live with for a striker. 3-star, 2-star, it's horrendous. It's the worst of all these icons we've ever looked at. It is bad. And when you look at his stats, he's got the worst of the worst when it comes to the dribble. And look at his dribbling stats. The stats I've been telling you, apart from reactions, which I think are important, his agility is bad. His balance is bad. His dribbling is bad. He's only 6 foot. He's not like he's 6'4". That's not why they've given him that. They've given him that to feel clunky. His shooting is world class. That is it. Everything else about his card is physical is very good. Not world class because it's 88. There's cards out with 95 physical and all that. It's not good. But the main thing is because I'm a Newcastle. This is my example at the very end. I wanted to say this is a card I'm going to work towards because I'm a Newcastle fan. I don't care that his card might not be the best. And it won't be the best. Might not be the best. It will not be the best. 100%. It will let me down a lot of times. But because I'm a Newcastle fan, every time I see Shearer score, puts that arm up, I'm going to love it, man. I'm going to love it. And I hope you love it. And don't feel like I'm disrespecting any of these players or anything like that. When I'm comparing their stats, and I'm just talking about how you can definitely see why certain players are better than other certain players in the concept of this game. That's what I mean. As well as, we've got Stevie G twice. I wanted to make sure one of you guys noticed that. But I hope you all have a good day. And by all means, drop a comment on the like. I just want to say at the very end, I usually say at the start, but thanks for all the support, guys. I've been making videos. I enjoy making videos. That's why I do it. And I like the concept of exploring it. It gives me understanding of the game. It makes it a bit exciting for me. And if any of you guys watch it, any of you guys write a comment, any of you guys hit a like, any of you guys subscribe, we're building it up slowly. I think we're at 15 or 16 now, which is I'm very happy with. But you guys have a good day, and I mean it. Hopefully you enjoyed, and by all means, if you have something that you think I've got wrong, tell me, and I'll try and explain it to you. And I'll try and explain to you how you're wrong in thinking I'm joking. I'm not that sort of person. I don't think like that. I'm happy to admit if you guys point out something that is genuinely wrong, I'll correct it and I'll make a acknowledgement for you, even if it's in a comment or even if it's in a video. But I do feel strongly about that whole, there's certain aspects of the dribbling stats that they deliberately lower. And it's not just like based on players. If a player might be really tall but be known for being quite lanky, like a Romelu Lukaku, not very good balance, whatever you have, it's over the whole game. It's like a formula. These players have low balance if they're that tall. If you get above 6'1", you're not going to have a balance that's above 80. It's just one of those things. But the main thing is, drop a like, drop a subscribe. I'll be very grateful for you, and the main thing is I hope you all enjoyed and have a good day. Okay, I'll see you guys. All right. And tell me what icons you have. That's the question if I want in the chat. And apart from if I've messed up, let me know about that. Absolutely fine. Or if you just want to show your support, that's greatly appreciated. But what icons have you got in your team right now? What ones are you working towards? Like I've got Michael Owen, Patrick Kluivert, Baresi, Bobby Moore. Those are my 4. And I'll say they're all good in the concept of the game. I admit none of them are probably end game except probably Kluivert for me, because I really like Kluivert. But even though I'm sure his balance is bad because he's 6'2", I haven't really looked at it. But I hope you have a good day. Alright, see you guys. Peace.